Follow your nose to Fruit Loops World!
Here at Kellogg's, we've been poisoning your child with sugar for decades. Now it's time to poison their mind as well, with pronouns on every box.
Part of a complete dance break.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the corner. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. We are just 24 hours away from Thanksgiving here in the United States, but I will let you all know I plan on delivering content for you on Thursday. Nonetheless, I know not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving. I know sometimes people have long drives and they want to listen to videos, and some of you work retail or other jobs where you don't get the day off, and I respect that, and therefore, if you have to work, I shall work. I do want to shout out, linked in the pinned comment below, I have my big interview today with an actual hunter of the fans of the playground. We go live at noon on Rumble. I'll leave the link. Plus, obviously, our $10,000 giveaway continues for the next 3 days. So get entered today. Come on over. Let's show this absolute hero a welcome show. 1 Eastern. It'll be live, but you can always rewatch it later too. Fruit Loops at it again. Popular cereal gets Bud Light treatment after, quote, sneaky marketing campaign. The implications of, this are, you have a situation where it's a kid cereal. Not a lot of adults eat Fruit Loops. Granted, no disrespect if you enjoy Fruit Loops. I like Fruity Pebbles and, Cinnamon Toast Crunch and all that kind of stuff. Even though, I'm on the Magic Spoon grind these days. But popular cereal gets Bud Light treatment. So the issue is that they kind of Trojan horsed this stuff into their advertising for kids, which is insane to me. It's been over 6 months since the onset of Bud Light outrage, but the anti-woke culture rages on. Some folks might not even know that Kid Rock was the first one to actually begin calling for a boycott of the light beer, which partnered with Dylan brand destroyer Mulvaney. Of course, we already know. I don't need to go through that. Kellogg's owned Fruit Loops is now the latest target of the Bud Light style campaign to boycott their cereal after running a promotion. Users on social media posted photos of the cereal box encouraging consumers, to visit their digital library that is centered on diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's the scummy part, right? This is a kid's cereal, all right? Now, if they had, let's say, everybody read a book, all right? Cool. Here's, when I was young, Pizza Hut, shout out, even though Pizza Hut's getting a lot of slander today online by Matt Walsh. I say that jokingly. Don't spaz out. Okay. Anyway, where I'm from, it's called Pizza Slut, not Pizza Hut, but that's neither here nor there. Anybody who grew up in a town with Pizza Hut knows what I'm talking about. That said, they used to have over the summer, you could read a number of books and get a free pizza. If the cereal had done some, they have box tops. I know they did that. But this is far more nefarious. Fruit Loops is now encouraging kids to go online and read their library of woke propaganda. It says, our digital library is open and free. With the purchase of specially marked Fruit Loops cereal, internet access required. Content is suitable for anybody over the age of 13. As long as you're, first of all, obviously we all know, remember going to those certain websites as a youth, and saying, are you 18? Well, of course I am. Show me the bobs. But here, again, they're saying it's all suitable for ages 13 and up. That's what, middle schoolers? Your family can now learn how incredibly colorful and diverse the world can be with our equity, diversity, and inclusion, family-centric content curated by BGC Canada. Now, most people reply, stop feeding your kids junk surgery. Good Lord! Stop feeding your kids junk surgery cereal. The true American breakfast is bacon and eggs. I love how they rearrange DEI into ED&I to try and trick people. Well, that's obvious. That's 100% true. That is what they're trying to do. I bet they don't encourage kids to read their ingredients. Look, sugary cereal is a part of growing up it was a treat around my house. It wasn't necessarily always available. We always had Cheerios or this or that. But granted, Cheerios aren't even all that great. Others posted photos of the sides of the cereal box, which reportedly encourages kids to start practicing pronouns. So it continues. Fruit Loops is now encouraging kids to go online. It says, don't forget to use the correct pronouns on your cereal box. It says, too amazing to put into a box. He, him, she, her, they, them. Add your own. I mean, this is literal indoctrination of children. It's not a lot of, kids cereal out there that is necessarily for adults. And by the way, once you're an adult, you can make your own decisions on this kind of stuff. I bet they don't encourage kids to read ingredients. They go, kids sitting off the day right with 6 servings of sugar and a side of woke indoctrination. I stopped buying their poison a long time ago. I mean, you would probably do much better having your kids have some eggs, egg white, an egg white omelet and some turkey sausage or even some bacon here and there, stuff like that. Your kid will probably grow up stronger, be fuller longer, oatmeal, things like that. I'm not going to shame people for enjoying some sugary cereal. Lord knows I do on occasion. But you see now Fruit Loops is in hot water. Kellogg's cereal brand Fruit Loops is facing boycott calls for offering consumers a digital library of children's books that promote equity, diversity, and inclusion. Boxes of the cereal include a promotional tag to, these are currently in Canada, to a free online library. Purchasers and their families can use the resource to learn how incredibly colorful and diverse the word can be. World can be. Newsweek contacted representative Kellogg's. Per the corresponding website, the library was, quote, created to help our partners of the Boys and Girls Club. Was the Boys and Girls Club about, what is even a boy or a girl? This sounds like not very inclusive. And kids can press to help families explore diverse topics. The books include themes on racial and cultural inclusivity, as well as kindness and acceptance. Hey, there's nothing wrong with kindness and acceptance. Now, if we look at the other side of the aisle, the way they're covering it, Pink News, which is about to go out of business, right-wingers are now demanding Fruit Loops boycott for being too woke. See, this methodology has worked for left-wing media and mainstream media and those that want to push this ideology on viewers or consumers is they gaslight. It's worked forever. They're always like, oh my God, you're overreacting. It's just a cereal. Remember when they destroyed He-Man and made him a goofball and made the show all about Tila, and they said, oh my God, it's just a cartoon. And when they said, oh, She-Ra's like a androgynous, goes from a beautiful, very clearly a woman to some sort of weird androgynous teen boy who has, LGBTQ relationships. It's just a cartoon. It's just a cartoon. Well, why you keep targeting kids? Kellogg's wants to indoctrinate your child, they cried. Prominent conservative commentators are, of course, outraged that Fruit Loops is encouraging children and their families to read different types of books together and have called for parents to boycott their end. Look, it's actually not about the reading. This is what I mean. It's like you have to be an absolute moron to consume this and be like, oh, they definitely did the research. They definitely understand what we're doing here. It's if Fruit Loops had, let's say, a free library of the top 100 children's books on the planet, sure, nobody would complain. Nobody would have complained about that. A book on 100 top, you get those, what were they called? Wilderness guides or whatever, where they, different books on different animals, stuff like that. I don't think anyone would have cared. Access to the top 10 board games, no one would have cared. Country music star John Rich, who previously boycotted Bud Light over its collaboration with brand destroyer Dylan Mulvaney, subsequently brought the libs of TikTok post to the attention of his followers. Hey parents, your kids like any Kellogg's cereal? Radio host Alan Sanders also implied in a post that Kellogg's was grooming children through its diversity content. Again, why are you offering kids on books on diversity, equity, and inclusion? Why not science, reading, writing, and arithmetic? Teach kids how to manage a checkbook, how to write checks, balance checkbook. Nobody writes checks anymore. Okay, here's one thing I would have loved to learn early on: what a credit score is. The government doesn't, public schools don't teach kids about credit score and, that kind of stuff follows you around. That's why most kids graduate high school with a sub 600 credit score and they couldn't get a loan to save their life. My parents' generation all owned houses when they were 18 and 19. That now the average mean age of homeowner is something like over 40. Maybe understand basics of credit score, basics of balancing checkbook, basics of interest rates. I don't think anybody would complain if Kellogg's was teaching kids what interest rates were and how to avoid predatory loans. How to understand the value of savings. Nobody would have had a problem with that. But now you have all these people turning out, them. Why is it all these LGBTQ plus activist people that keep saying it's no big deal? Well, isn't that curious? Don't you think that that's interesting? Why is it all these LGBTQ weirdo websites that keep saying it's no big deal? It's because it is propaganda, and they are targeting kids, and it's never been more obvious. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, and if you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below. Come on over and watch my interview with Alex from Predator Poachers. Link will be in the pinned comment down below. Hope to see you there, and we'll talk to you again real soon.